Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you've made a choice, a career move, a relationship decision, maybe even an impulse purchase, and later on you realize this isn't what I wanted? Sis, if you're there, you're not alone. I have been right where you are. I have been at so many crossroads where, I'll be honest, I haven't always gotten it right. But every misstep has had a valuable lesson. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you from my experiences all of the steps that I have learned to take in order to make better, more aligned decisions so that you can make better decisions when you're at your crossroads. So story time. If you are new to me and my story, first of all, hey sis, my name is Yanique, but I got married really young at 21 and had a baby on the way. And while we had the support of our family, that didn't shield us from all the whispers and the stares of everyone wondering, are they even going to make it? So it put us in a position where we wanted to prove everyone wrong, which is not a bad thing, but girl, we went big. I'm talking, we bought a massive house, think 6,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 3 floors, and it came at a great price point because we bought right before the market started to recover. And it's giving we realized the American dream, right? It seemed perfect. But within 6 months of purchasing and moving into our dream home, we began to question everything. My huge bedroom suite with the fire tub that I later gave birth in and my massive walk-in closets did not outweigh my long commutes to work or to after-school activities, or if we just wanted to go to a nice place for dinner. The financial burden was more than we accounted for because the school system wasn't the best, and so putting one kid in private school is real cute, but then we had another. And over time, the reality of our cons list began to outweigh the influences that we accepted from the outsiders whose opinions should not have mattered to begin with. Buying a home at that time was probably the best decision for us, but we had the opportunity to purchase a small, and I do mean small, 2 bedroom condo in the area that we were renting, in the area that we loved, but we ultimately made the wrong decision because of what it looked like. We traded what mattered to us for what looked good to others. So the lesson learned, make sure you are making a choice based on what is important to you, not on other people's opinions or their expectations. Now, if you don't know, I am from Jamaica, making me my parents' first child to migrate with them here, go to an American high school, followed by an American college. You know, no pressure, right? Except, even though I am not my parents' firstborn, I wore the crown of thorns that come with being the firstborn of immigrant parents. All of the pressure to be perfect and to excel at everything. So I struggled a lot with the fear of failure because I couldn't mess up. I could not afford to let my parents down, not after everything that they've done to get me here, to get me to better opportunities. And out of that fear, I began to present perfection because I thought that was what was expected of me, which fed my imposter syndrome because I felt at any point everyone is going to find out that I am actually not that smart. So imagine what that looked like when it became time for me to apply to colleges. First of all, let's not pretend that my Jamaican Pentecostal parents were going to let me go out of state. That was not an option for me. So I was already limited to the schools in Georgia. But there are so many amazing universities and colleges right here in Georgia that I did not even try to get into. In fact, I only applied to 3 colleges that I knew for sure I was going to be accepted. I accepted the first college to accept me in October of my senior year just because I wanted the relief of having the decision made and done, not because I actually wanted to attend. Thankfully, they ended up having a scandal, and so they had to release all of our commitments, so I didn't end up going there. But at that crossroads, I avoided a whole road of options simply because of my self-doubt and my fear of failure. My college experience could have been so different, and we can dive into my college experience in another video, but it could have been so different if I leaned into my long-term goals, what I actually valued, just like with our house buying experience, instead of allowing my fear and my doubt push me into a path that I thought was easy. Learn from my mistakes and do not pick a path just because you're scared to fail. Failing is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Regret is. Living a life without realizing your potential because you were scared is literally what the enemy wants you to do. If he can keep you in a place where you are too scared to take action, he can keep you from your purpose. I want you to know that every failure comes with the potential of a lesson to be learned. It gives you the opportunity to analyze what went wrong, see what could happen differently, and also might end up redirecting you into your path to success. Before making any decision, commit them to prayer. Seek his wisdom, ask and he will give you the wisdom and the clarity that you're seeking for, and then trust that he will guide your steps. The best comparison that really helped me understand God's goodness is looking at my own parenting style and my own parenting journey. When I am out with my children, I am constantly aware of my surroundings and making sure that they don't step out into the street because I know that cars are coming. I am going to put them back on path if they start to stray. And if me in my human form have the best intention for my children, so much so that I am aware of everything else that's happening while they're just playing, while they're just enjoying their life, how much more is God doing that for me? A lot of us who are unhappy in the situations that we chose, we're unhappy because we so desperately wanted this relationship, this job, this car, this house. We rushed the decision, we ignored all of the red flags, or we just did not give ourselves enough time to gather all of the information to make an informed decision. There's a Proverbs that says, "A desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way?" And I can tell you from my own experiences that any decision I've made that I rushed into and didn't check in with anyone else was always the wrong decision. So before you make any important decision, I want you to ask yourself, am I lowering my standards? Am I accepting some conditions here that I wouldn't usually accept, or terms beyond my boundaries? Does this choice go against my core beliefs and values? Am I deciding out of fear, anxiety, loneliness, or stress? Is there an unnecessary pressure to decide quickly? Am I too worried about what others think? Am I ignoring my intuition or my gut feeling? Am I focused on immediate relief or gratification without considering the long-term consequences? And my favorite, am I avoiding talking through this decision with people that I trust? Answering these questions are going to guide and help you make the best, most informed decisions based on your values, but that last one is key. The online gurus who make money by telling you how to make money or give relationship advice without any history of thriving relationship, child, they're going to tell you to move in silence and of course to buy their course. But the Bible says two are better than one, for if one of them stumbles, the other one is there to help them up. One of the most transformative things in my life was going to therapy and also forming a sisterhood with other women where I can bring my crossroads to the table to process in a safe space without judgment. And my biggest takeaway is always that I am not alone. I am never the only one having this experience. building a support network where you can share your stories, your struggles, your crossroads in a place with no judgment, that is powerful and necessary. I want this channel to be a safe space where we feel comfortable with honesty. It's okay to be vulnerable here. In fact, I'm encouraging you to be vulnerable here. If you feel comfortable, I would love for you to share. If you are at a crossroads and you're looking for feedback or advice, leave a comment and let us know what you're struggling with and what you're deciding between. And if you can offer constructive feedback, especially if you have experience there, I invite you to help and encourage each other. And I'm going to be right there with y'all in the comment section, reading your stories, sharing my thoughts, and offering any valuable insight. Remember, you are not alone. We are in this together, and together we are stronger. I love you, sis, and I'll see you in the comments.